of genius that we partnered up with. Want to let you all know how we started this and what's going on and what the effect is. Several years ago, I looked throughout the United States, and we feed a lot of kids in Africa. In fact, we feed about 7,000 to 8,000 a day. They're all orphans. They're 1 day old to 12 years old, and all their parents have died of AIDS. But we feed them, give them a place to live, a little safe haven, and we do some other major projects in Mexico, other parts of the nation, over in Thailand. So I wanted to do something from my own nation, and Tommy Callahan, who works for me at John Paul Mitchell Systems, is from the Hollers. And he said, JP, folks in Appalachia are very dignified people, but they can use a helping hand. So I said, well, great. And we researched everywhere, found Brea College, and found David, who was a godsend to us. I think he was born to be able to make sure this program as our general director happened. And the idea in mind was that what we will do is let's take on all of Appalachia. Right now we're in 5 states already. We are in Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, Virginia, and I believe North Carolina. And the idea was, let's provide our fellow Americans with the equipment, the fertilizer, the irrigation, the seeds, whatever it takes to get into gardening, to, in a very respectful way, feed your South, feed your families. That was phase 1. Let's feed your South, feed your families, can for the winter, and have enough left over to help those around you that are really in need. Let's get that going first. Phase number 2 was, once we have that going, let's start selling to farmers markets. Let's start selling to grocery stores. Let's have an economy put together that's based on agriculture, so that not only do you take care of yourself, but it can produce a nice income at the same time and let it grow and grow and grow. Now, in speaking with David today, David gave me a couple of other really strong points on what this gardening is doing. One, it's setting together a lot of communities, where it's community projects, and communities are now forming where you talk to each other, you hang out with each other, you have fun. I heard one story of one little community where you had some drug dealers in a parking lot there. The farmers came on in, started planting, and all of a sudden the drug dealers left because there was someone there every day watching the garden or just hanging out with one another. This is really wonderful. And we wanted to expand this. And I said, you know, David, this is great. David, we're going to change Appalachia. He said, no, JP, we're not changing Appalachia. We're taking Appalachia back 50 to 100 years. I said, well, David, you're right. In fact, today while I was here, and all you wonderful folks were so gracious enough to give me pictures and vegetables and candles and calendars, I noticed on one of the books and calendars that was handed to me was a picture of a general store with all these regular grown merchandise that was in the general store, all locally grown stuff. That's the way it used to be. So it's kind of like taking Appalachia and letting it be what Appalachia is, what it used to be, where people take care of themselves, they take care of their neighbors, they have a good economy. Now we estimate right now that we're feeding at least 10,000 people. We got a ways to go to get our goal, but we've got the time and energy to get there. And about, another 5 years from now, we hope to be up to at least 75,000 and growing. So we're very, very excited about this. We're just right in line. The main goal was, could we in 7 years feed and effectively feed 75,000, not just people, but 75,000 families? Well, the answer is yes, we can. And how do we do that? Some of you have already told me. Some of you have gardens that have 50 families in it, 100 families in it. So what's happening is, those of you that have started with these various projects are getting your own gardens going and then helping others do their own. When I see gardens put together for youth, there's a whole group of kids here. It's a kid's garden. How wonderful, what a great way to start out. I came here to America, I should say came to America, I'm first generation American. My mom came over on the boat from Greece, and my father's family comes from Italy. But we grew up, we didn't have a lot of money at all. In fact, my mom raised my brother and I from the time I was 2 years old. Just my mom, my brother, and I. My mom always had a little garden. We had a little house. My house, I mean, was little. If we take it from me to that reporter right there and square it off, that's about, actually it's a little bigger than half the size of my house that we lived in. It was really a little dinky place. And we had a little teeny yard, a lot bigger than this table. But my mom always grew vegetables. Up the side she had beans growing. She always grew veggies. And then we got a little bigger house, a little bigger backyard. Those veggies were there. So from a little kid, I was used to taking snap peas. I know how to pop them open in the middle, take the little string off. In other words, we grew up, it was part of our life. We also ate our own vegetables. So unlike other kids growing up, we ate really healthy because we like what we ate because we grow it. And that's very important. So many people today, whether you're adults or whether you're younger, don't eat vegetables. Oh, I don't like vegetables. You don't eat vegetables. But when you grow your own, you like them and you eat them. What does this do? It changes your entire body. Your body now has the nutrition that it needs. I know in many areas, that could be Ron White. Let me see, because we send him that tater. Let's see if that's wrong. Nope, it's not. So I hang up. Well, that's another little story. Let me tell you about the vegetables first in your body. When you don't have a lot of money, and I've been homeless twice in my life, when you don't have a lot of money, you buy whatever the cheapest stuff is. White bread, not 29-cent macaroni and cheese. I mean, it's amazing what you can buy for $1. You buy the cheapest stuff because that's what you can afford. I did it when I didn't have any money. But your body says, feed me, because it's hungry. It doesn't say, can I have some peas? Can I have some squash? Can I have some broccoli? It's missing nutrients. That's why all you want to do is eat, and it doesn't satisfy you. When you start eating your own vegetables out of your own garden, all of a sudden you don't crave that extra junk food that you really don't need because your body is getting the nutrients that it needs. It's an amazing thing. It helps us in so many areas. And I thought that was Ron White calling back. A couple of gentlemen here came over with this big basket of stuff, and gentleman said, now that's a tater, and that's a mater, and that's some corn. I said, oh my God, I don't believe this. My buddy Ron White, tater salad Ron White, the comedian. So I immediately took a picture. We called him on the phone. He wasn't there, but we left a message that I'm looking at taters and maters, and anyways, we're sending him a picture of it. But it's really nice to be able to do this. Also, part of phase 2 is this, and somebody will do it. Part of phase 2 will be to get you going so well, and not only growing your own vegetables, helping neighbors around you, but having your own businesses going a little bit here, that you do so good one day that maybe somebody who's on food stamps is doing so good, they'll take those food stamps, put them back in the envelope, or I should say the credit card, however food stamps come these days, put it in an envelope, ship it back to the federal government and say, thank you very much, United States of America, for helping out. But I don't need this anymore. Rip this up, take me off of it, lower our taxes, and let's help one another out. Boy, that's something. And that's going to happen sometime. And the first time that happens, it's going to start a little roll. But it's basically, I've been really blessed, starting with very nothing, to have an abundance. And my feeling is success unshared is failure. And to be able to do something here in America for we Americans, not to hand out, but to help Americans help themselves and help others, is I think what all of us in the world should be doing. We're in a world community today. It's no longer a little community here, a little community there. Everything that goes on in the world affects us all. And the more we love one another locally and love one another across state lines, and maybe even respect and throw a little love to those in other foreign countries, the more people do this, the more we change the world. Without wars, without conflict, without religious hatred like it's going on some of these nuts over there overseas, killing people in the name of God. And God doesn't want you to kill anybody, but as you all know, it's all over the newspapers. You constantly have these Islamic militants that are just doing the wrong stuff, But the more we love one another, love will penetrate to them also. The more we take care of each other and make sure we're all okay, the more it's going to happen. We started this out with David, and we got involved here, obviously, with the vegetable gardens, and a tractor here, a hole there, whatever it might be. And then it was brought to me here also, how about chickens? And Constance, of course, who's the executive director of our Peace, Love, and Happiness Family Foundation, told me all about these chickens. Let's bring some chickens in. Now you have eggs. You can sell the eggs as well as feed yourself, and you have another source of protein. What a wonderful thing to do. And then if you bring a rooster in there, you can fertilize those eggs, have a bunch of chickens, and then have more eggs, and then also have something to give away to your neighbors or those that are, maybe need something. What a nice way to transform. Now, is this program going to stop now? Absolutely not. I'm committed to this. And what we're really looking at, and we're going to get it, but I'm going to need your help to get it, is We'll keep on supplying the seeds, the fertilizer, the know-how, and a lot of good folks here are volunteering their time. And by the way, to all the wonderful people here that I've met that are volunteers, that have projects going, God bless you. One of the greatest feelings you ever get in life is when you do something for somebody else and you know it's good. And you ask nothing in return, but you know you help somebody else out. And the fact you know you help them out or you get that smile makes you feel so fulfilled in life. We all come here on this planet with absolutely nothing. No clothes, no nothing. And I think most people want to do something great while they're here. A lot of people make some big fortunes, and when they die, they leave it to this museum or to that university, which is all wonderful, by the way. But isn't it nice while we're on this planet to donate our own time? And if we are blessed with a bit of an abundance, whether it's vegetables or our own time or a little bit of money, to share with everybody else, to make life a little bit better for everybody else. Again, success unshared is failure. And every one of you here helped yourselves, helped your families, helped your neighbors out, and you sure as all like sharing with me today. I have enough vegetables I'm taking back on that plane to feed my family and I for at least a month, so thank you very, very much. You've dropped my grocery bill down tremendously. I really appreciate it. But I'd like to acknowledge, first of all, David. David, you're a gem. God bless you, buddy. Who's running back and forth here on behalf of our Peace, Love, and Happiness Foundation. Thank you. I do know this too. David talked to me about it. We're going to extend this out to a veterans program for veterans and many other people. We're going to expand, expand, expand. That's what this is all about. We're going to keep on expanding and help me teach other families how to do the same, and we'll provide what it takes for them to do it. We will definitely do that. We just need people to help them, learn how to grow, and we'll give you whatever it takes to have the actual material to grow with and just expand out it. And also I want to say, more important, some of you came a long ways to come here. Some of you came out of the holler, some of you came down the street, some came from a long ways away. Thank you for coming out here, and thank you for thanking me and all the goodies, okay? Appreciate it. Love, peace, and happiness to all of you. Thank you very much.